so I don't know if I'm sending this FBI or DEA, but I'm supposed to tell you that up here, there's a version of me from back when they scanned me, and not when they scanned the people off me at Mandy's, because that was summertime of 2 years ago or 2.5 years ago. They scanned 3 people off me, right? 2 guys and a girl, I think, and one of them was supposedly Sarah Jessica Pace. But anyway, anyway, my friend Rachel Morrow's up here. And I'm sorry that they keep saying herpy mouth or whatever, but it's to cover up something different. But anyways, I was told to let you know that there is a version of, first of all, you're driving my train on the ground to talk in every video, unless I'm talking to someone else. So I don't know what's going on there. You guys do. So all this shit talk and stuff that's on here or whatever, that's you guys talking shit to yourselves up here and your people up here about what they're doing to me on the ground or saying about me on the ground or them too. But the point here is that there's a version of me up here that can be train driven to say and do whatever you want me to say and do with 6 teeth. Okay, I have 5. This one got knocked out. But when you scanned me up there to be a UE member back then, or fix my body so they weren't making fun of me with the spots or whatever, and I redlined, I had 6 teeth still. This tooth had gotten cracked before you scanned me in, and it eventually fell out. I also have a full back tooth back here, where right now it's cracked. I mean, there's only half now because half broke off. And I don't know if that's where the globe screws into or whatever is what the computer's saying. But anyway, the point is that whoever that is in it, it's not me in it. And you can too read my mind in that body because you can read my mind here on the ground, my subconscious mind. So please fact check your books because that's not me anytime recently, whatever they're doing in it. I have not had sex in over a year. I'm not doing drugs. I have a clean hair follicle test. Because I say it is not having sex in over a year because everything that they're talking about up here has to do with them virtually sitting with people on the ground having sex or whatever. Or they're just attached to their brain stems. Yeah. Dual eye stem codes, if you're close enough to me, is where if you can see out of my eyes, if you can get in my body virtually, dual eye stem codes is where you can see my world down here on the ground, a normal human being world, and yours at the same time. And if you have the router, rabbit ears times 1, 2, 3, and you're in the middle, you can see my world and 4 other universes at the same time. And that's because they put 3 bodies through me. They literally the drone sent me bodies through my eyes. I had to sit there and hold my eyes open, and they were watering, and I felt them go over me like sweaters, and then I laid down, and I felt the blue life force machine go up, down, up, and scan them in off me. And I don't hear what they're saying all the time, but I can have 3 different levels talking lulled out or saying something at a time. Inner ear is different than what I hear out here. And then there's see-through, which is I think it's FBI, where they can, I can't explain it. There's 2 different kinds. There's the entity program, which is like angel voices. You can just hear them for like 2 seconds. And then there's the see-through ones that can come down in your head and say mean things or nice things or whatever. And then there's the kind that you can feel come up through you and say something in your head, either to you or someone else. It's not schizophrenia at all. It's upper echelon. This whole time I thought, yeah, I did have to do drugs for life force loss in real life. I had to go to the hospital for life force loss. There's a picture up there of me with bowling ball head where I literally couldn't even hold my head up because I have 3 people off me stealing my life force. And depending on who they are will depend on how my body's reacting down here. And apparently I'm attached to somebody with diabetes or failing kidneys right now because, well, I just gained 20 pounds in 2 months. And I'm the only one that knows that. Right now, my mom's having issues too. She said she was bleeding out of her, not her pee hole, but somewhere else. And she has a UTI, I guess, but it doesn't really make sense unless you have synergy. Unless she's bleeding because she scratched herself or whatever. But anyway, the point is there's just some weird stuff going on up here. I'm not guilty of nothing. There are people up here guilty of it, and they keep saying they're watching these videos that are making them all cry because they know for a fact it ain't true. I didn't hurt nobody. I'm not the one who said that when Israel came here. They said it out of my mouth to stick up for me up here. These are dudes on my chain that had these charges from the past that already went to prison for it, unless you're talking about the Blancas situation. I don't know if Amanda Tessie's husband is in prison for hurting Ryden or not, because when she brought it up, all she said was something weird happened. She was breaking all the glass and throwing glass everywhere, and then he shot her in the stomach, but she didn't tell me what happened. Rachel Morrow's daughter, Kiara Blancas, was hurt by a Blancas. Cleophas called Rachel. Rachel called me to take her to pick her up, but she didn't turn it in. So there's two. Anthony Ciaz told me that his first baby mom had a restraining order against him, but he didn't say for what. And then later on, he's like, yeah, my first baby mom didn't let me see my daughter. So I don't really know if he's really a CPS case or not. All I know is what the UE said out of my mouth, and that is he's not supposed to be sleeping with somebody who isn't his wife, and she shouldn't have children. And I don't know if that's because they're pinging wrong or because he has CPS on him. But the problem here is I'm not sleeping with anybody because of what happened last time I slept with Anthony and what you guys said you've seen up here. It looked like something way different than what it was. The see-through black shirt. Yeah. And they're like, why is she talking about all this sex stuff? Because it has everything to do with what I'm saying. I don't have a guilty conscience, he does. And they already have up here. All my friends that played the game admitted to setting me up forwards and backwards on accident because they don't see the right person either. And it's like, right, so once I had sex, 3 women fell into my body. You remember, ladies, fell in my body. And all were just as irritated as me. There's a ring right there. That I was doing it. Because I didn't really want to be doing it either. Because clearly, you guys are with me. And you're watching me illegally. Not just watching me, but you're in my body. Like, I don't care that they're in my body now, but the problem here is, like, what you're seeing up there is not the real thing. And, it's just, it's not okay. You guys are the ones either in my daughter's head making her talk mean to me, or she's read something on Facebook or other people talking shit like they're other people. Like my friends Rachel Morrow, like nobody on the ground thinks I'm a bad person. They just think I'm weird because of whatever videos I might have put up. But you guys changed the video words in my video, like the one of the Christmas one where it's like, I'm paying your mortgage, like a year ago. You guys are the ones that added in there, my kids are going to learn everything. And I'm like, yeah, my kids are going to learn everything. You're sitting there using my daughter for life force to do your Fed time up here. The only way you should be using my daughter for life force is if I'm in the FBI and you're replacing it. And I know it's me replacing it, but I'm not up there. I didn't go to college, but I do have FBI brain stems, and not just FBI. It's all over the world, so... And DEA earphones. ×3. I don't actually hear you, though, unless you're within 3 people. So, yeah, you can talk directly to me. I don't hear you talking about me, no. I do hear other people talking through me, at me, but I don't hear what they're saying in their head. Your thought processes don't go down. You have to be talking directly to me on the ground. So, today I'm at my mom Carol's over here in Vancouver. I'm being space invaded by Arizona and Portland. So, I don't really know what you want me to say, but that nervous feeling is not Tiffany's. That's someone else who's just hungover too, because I drank yesterday. Ludwig has my back, whoever that is. Please visit me. I don't know if you guys can actually visit or not, because my brain stems are split between 3 other people, but if you can get down here, because I don't know why he had a hard time, probably because he's on someone else's brainstem, but anyways, if you follow the Jessica Pace brainstem, you might be able to find me down here, but I don't know what that white thing is. Yeah, so there's a UE helmet or whatever, they have oxygen in it, so there's sidewinders, right? So normal people can see, like, to right here. I can see past that. So I see stuff behind me a little bit on my sides, but I can't actually make it out. And a sidewinder is where you can, up here in Robot Land, you can cock your eyes back and look directly at somebody and send them a mental voice mail. Like you're talking to them out loud, but you're not. And then the sidewinder down, I think, is where you can reach down and throw up a message or pick up somebody for questioning. And that's a real thing up here in the echelon. And I don't think that that's here in the United States legally necessarily, which is why I got permission to further develop it, because, well, it wasn't legal for you guys to let them watch me, listen to me, record me, and write me down over there, Oregon back when I used to do pokes or whatever. And I know you're not allowed to work for the FBI or ever be a pain informant if you're on needles, but you guys were letting them do pain informatry programs or something through me back then, or else I wouldn't have been hearing you guys questioning me about other people and what they've done in their past. So I'm not a bad person. I'm a good person. You're ruining my life. I am dying. Okay, I've been electrocuted. I have, if you if you can get in my body, you can see white spots all over my head. It's from the scoters or whatever. It's like tentacles in, and it's into the electronic bodies up here connected to me. And I do too get like this red stuff on me. There's a, I don't know if it went up, but anyway, I tried to put it up on there. But yeah, I get tortured down here all the time. Like between what they're saying to me and how they make me feel, and it's just so helpless feeling because I can't actually see what they're looking at. I just know that I'm innocent. And I was scared, but when I ran out the door, it wasn't for what they're saying at all. It was because LaShawn told me he listed me in the syndicate paperwork as somebody who threw a gun away. And I didn't know. And it was tall, skinny vitiligo, which is even more why I was scared in the ambulance, because the lady said it. She's like, vitiligo. I'm all, what? Like I had never heard anybody use that term except up here in my head about throwing a gun away. And there's a robbery and a murder, including a capital one. But I didn't throw a gun away in real life, and it's against my religion to tell on people, but I don't know any crimes anyone's committed at all. I was never with anyone that actually committed any crimes in real life that I can recall. And nobody's ever told me what they've done in real life either. I'm a billionaire. My company makes $1 million a day. But I can't get a penny on the ground to help me be a better parent to my kids or nothing. I had to get on disability because I can't function right, because you're the one thinking for me. Like, I don't take showers because they're with me all the time, and it's embarrassing. Even though I put a dress on and I do it in the dark sometimes. Because, well, not only do you guys get wet up here, but then they come down here and I can't explain it, dude. They just talk shit to me. I'm not cute naked, so anyway.